Hello and welcome to our presentation about target and sphere marketing. This presentation is going to cover best practices on how to market directly to targets that we've identified with our algorithm and also to your sphere to make sure that you are constantly out there working in relationships with your friends, family, and colleagues. Let's get started. So why do we have target marketing and sphere marketing? Well, it's pretty simple. There's two stats that really stand out in the real estate industry. The first stat is that 75% of homeowners choose the first agent who contacts them to list their home. This is why we use predictive analytics and smart data to make sure that we can find those properties most likely to list in the next year and put you in front of them using target marketing. And then on the other side, a stat, 70% of homeowners say they would use the last agent they used, but only 20% do. This means that there's a tremendous gap in sphere marketing. Agents are not marketing back to people have done business before, they're not marketing to their referral network and or their family and friends. So the combination of strong target marketing and strong sphere marketing will ensure you're in front of the door for both people that you do know and people that you don't know within your territory. So why is it important to have a very solid strategy when using offers.com? Well, marketing is an ongoing strategy and tactics that you have to implement on your day-to-day business. When you look at target marketing, you're really talking about going out and talking to people that you don't know, leveraging some of the tools that we have, including email, phone, direct mail, online ads, even door knocking, social media, etc. This is about building relationships in your territory. When you look at sphere marketing, it's really about maintaining relationships that you've already nurtured or created. And this could be family or friends, it could be work colleagues, it could be referral contacts, it could also be your past clients. When you combine target marketing and sphere marketing, that is your best opportunity to generate new leads. And this is really the philosophy that we're pushing with the offers.com platform. We provide you all the data about your territory that allows you to really put together a very forceful marketing campaign toward targets. And then we've just released our sphere module that allows you to do some very creative and very simple ways to continually communicate out to your sphere. As long as those two things are maintained on an ongoing basis and a consistent basis, you will ultimately generate new leads. So what is the difference between target marketing and sphere marketing? Well, there's a big difference because if there's somebody that you don't know, you have to take a different approach, a different tact versus somebody that you do know. And most of the targets in your area are not necessarily anxious to be solicited or receive marketing materials. So it's really the approach that we encourage is really about building the relationship step by step. Now, ultimately, they are looking and very concerned about their property and their neighborhood. So that's a great entryway to provide the first impression can be something of value to them that talks about their property. And then, of course, all the information that we provide allows you to build your brand and then ultimately contact that property owner when they're ready. And then sphere marketing is really the same thing. You have to kind of understand how to communicate best to your sphere. Over solicitation and clogging their inbox with generic newsletters that don't really help you build a relationship and to the point where you could ask for the referral or ask for their business is something that we definitely encourage. You want to make sure that you nurture your sphere and don't overburden them with just blanket marketing materials, but really start to understand how do I communicate to my sphere in order to build equity and activate that referral network, and also to go back and win that other business and being one step away from getting that listing. And so this is really about a philosophical difference between target marketing, people that you don't know, and sphere marketing, people that you do know. So let's talk a little bit about targets. Well, within our platform, we have multiple ways that you can actually go out and market to a target. Of course, having that information is critical, step one, knowing who to target, and more importantly, having all the information about that target so that you can best craft your message is very important. Whether you're doing phone, email, direct mail, handwritten letters, social media, or online ads, all these combined can be a very powerful way to build your brand within your market space. Now, target marketing obviously does take time and energy. This is why we launched Offers Plus to allow us to do the first touch campaign for you. So what we do is survey your area and find those hand raisers, people that have verified our data and said, yes, I'm looking to sell in the next year. And then, of course, that's passed on to you as a lead. Beyond that, if you want to do your own outreach, we highly recommend direct mail, online advertising, and social media as the primary way that you soft touch, meaning that you introduce yourself to prospects in the area. And then, of course, if you want to do an email and phone call, make sure you provide something of value. Invite them to an event or provide something of value that might be related to the property or neighborhood. Again, just blasting people with solicitation and generic marketing materials never works, never will work. This is about building relationships step by step. Think of it as a multi-touch campaign. So you don't have to get everything out on the first touch. You want to start building that relationship slowly, and that's how you're going to ultimately secure your brand in your territory as the #1 agent. We obviously have a 3-step process that we've seen work across the country as far as turning smart data into leads. And this is what I mean by a multi-touch campaign. Obviously, the first touch is something that we take care of you if you're part of the Offers Plus program, where we survey the area and identify those people who have verified that, yes, I'm looking to sell. Once we've identified that person as a lead, you can then start off with your first impression. The first impression is the first time you as the agent introduce yourself and obviously start building that relationship and brand. We don't obviously recommend the first impression being an ask for a sale or a listing. You want to introduce yourself, provide some value, and start off the relationship where they feel like, hey, this person actually went out of their way to help me as a person. And then that door will open, and then you can start, building that relationship up to the point where if they are thinking about listing their home, that you're the obvious choice. Remember, it's more important to be first in the door than it is to be the first one to ask for the listing. You have to position yourself first as a good relationship and as somebody who really genuinely cares, and then ultimately the business will be yours to have. When we talk about sphere marketing, obviously the difference is these are people that you do know. So you can leverage some of the more cool tools out there that allow for more easy mass marketing and what we call group marketing, so that you can actually outreach to your entire sphere and activate that sphere with a click of a button. And so instead of emailing or texting or leaving voicemails to hundreds of people, you can click a single button and we'll do it for you. So we part of the Sphere module is we've added group email, group text, and as well as group voicemail functionality, where you can drop voicemails, text messages, or emails into the inbox of your entire sphere. And then, of course, we also enhance your data and add social media links and other key information that allow you to outreach through that channel. And ultimately, the idea of generating leads through your sphere is really about building your referral network and, of course, identifying anybody within your sphere that might be looking to sell. And this is really the big difference between sphere marketing, people that you do know, and target marketing, people you don't know. Combining those two obviously provides the best chances for you to win all the listings in your area and within your sphere. And so finally, when you think about what is the ultimate process, what on a day-to-day basis is the goal of marketing? Well, the goal of marketing is to move people from the bucket of people you don't know, which are targets, into the bucket of people that you do know, into your sphere. So this is all about growing your sphere, growing your database, people that are familiar with your brand, know who you are, have conversations with you, see your ads, see your direct mail, respond to you. This is about positioning yourself first in the door for the entire neighborhood. And of course, while you're doing that marketing, while you're actively out there building your sphere, you're generating listing leads as well. And this is really the process of how to build a business. When you're looking at becoming the #1 realtor in your area, you have to have the biggest database. You have to be able to target market effectively to that database and move those people into the sphere so that your brand is always one click away or one phone call away from getting that next listing.